talk about the IPv4 ecosystem and how sustainable it is. But before I begin, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Vincentas Grinius, the co-founder and CEO at IPXO. I am one of the first movers of the IP leasing business model, currently developing new ways to introduce the more sustainable and equal ways for the businesses to scale their networks. If you have any questions, please drop me a line. Really happy to talk. And talking about the sustainability, when we started to develop IPXO, we were already ahead with many things in terms of the automation, of the IP pre-provisioning, observability and management solutions of the IP addresses. But moving forward, we have developed the core three pillars that we continue building the IPXO platform. Let's look a bit closer why. How sustainable is the IPv4 address? And if we look closer at BGP table, we can see that there are a lot of IPs that are not advertised, but at the same time, we can be wrong that they are in use just because they are advertised. And for instance, DoD or Amazon are a very good example for that. But when we look at the largest buyers and sellers, we can spot that many large and mature enterprises that are more or less got their locations of the IPs back in 80s and 90s are the biggest sellers, while the hyperscalers are the biggest buyers. So, can we rely on the BGP numbers? I believe not. But that also gives us the idea that IPv4 is not exhausted as previously thought. However, we have a changing environment where IP addresses became a commodity. And while simple rules of economics applies to IPv4 as well, not to mention well-matured IPv4 transfer market. So what are the alternatives moving forward? And back in the days of 2000s, every single enterprise believed that they need to have their own network and their own racks full of servers. Basically, if you do not own the infrastructure, you are out of control and your business is at risk. That has been changed when Amazon decided to introduce the AWS services and shared their infrastructure model where they used for running complex systems. Three things that played a crucial part of this change for Amazon and the whole market was the trust factor, emotional attachment to learn more, and then we came up to the logics. Later we saw the other giant joining the game, diversified the market, but today we have a well-established cloud market from several hyperscalers. We came to the point where AWS or Azure certified engineers are more valuable than just a simple sysadmins with a Linux background. Same we have with the IPv4 address and leasing market. Many think that owning the IP address is a crucial part of the business. But having in mind our use case, we can confirm that it's not anymore. If we work towards addressing the right solutions to apply the ecosystem, make the leasing environment friendly, and agree that leasing is not the thing that we should restrict, but make it sustainable option for every business, then every single IP transit provider, infrastructure service, and any other player in the market will have much more great opportunities to scale their business. Those risks are already identified and well known. The only thing is to exercise jointly within the community. Since I have mentioned that IP acquisition market is pretty much well established, we have decided to compare the IP leasing numbers and its value to IP acquisition numbers, and we definitely see the correlation between those two markets. In fact, they are not very far off from each other. How we as a community can make the impact. First, we should look at the things that could build a sustainable and efficient way of management by IPs and data accuracy. Not to mention RPKI adoption, where we see Asian or Latin market players at some point have no clue what that is. Believe it or not, but some of the guys think that they will lose the IP allocation announcing IP addresses on a different IS number. There are still many things to be done to educate the market. Can we do this together? In a matter of fact, many networks use and rely on the management apps that still rely on the network premises and perimeter, but not. Registry perspectives is also a key element developing a sustainable IPv4 market, but we all must admit IPv4 became a commodity and there is no way back. This should be accepted by registries as well. The most important thing for registries is to maintain and upkeep the actual registry, since that is the ecosystem foundation. But at the same time, we should look how we can expand the APIs, be more LRI adaptive from the network and technological perspectives. Knowing the problems for both protocols, we can name them loudly and agree on building the tools we make our networks and infrastructure better. I believe that addressing IPv4 issues can greatly improve the IPv6 adoption, where IPv6 could become a helping hand for IPv4 to remain a sustainable resource. The sad news is that I know a great IPv4 joke, but I don't think that you are ready for it. But we should remain optimistic and work together today to build our tomorrow's internet. Thank you very much.